Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Good morning. It was a wonderful weekend and yesterday was good. I didn't do much of videos, but today it seems that we are in store for excellent action, at least for the short term. And my thoughts are that the futures are looking good for all the three indices that we track. Dow is up 0.32%. In pre-market trades, S&P futures is up 0.25% and Nasdaq futures is up 0.30% in pre-market trade. Oil is going down. This is what we want to see most of the times, but we don't get to see. So it's all looking good right now. And I'd like to move directly into our indicators. If you look at Dow Jones, it is absolutely bullish. It's up 0.78% in pre-market trade, and it's above the support that we have of 43,294. Right now it's at 43,487. So that's a good positive for us. MACD momentum all looking good. S&P 500 also is up almost 1 full percentage point in pre-market trading out here, and it's above this diagonal line of resistance of the previous wedge that we had. So I'm going to convert that into a support. So we are looking good here as well. Both MACD and momentum looking very good. Well, IWM is up 0.52% in pre-market trades. MACD is looking good. Momentum needs further improvement. It remains to be seen whether we get a green candle or a red candle and whether we close above the previous day's close. We'll watch that and see what happens to these small cap companies. Nasdaq is up 1.66%. It's made a clean break out of the bull flag that we had there. We always expect bull flags to break upwards. MACD is on the mend. Momentum is above average. So I'm looking forward to good things happening today. And with that said, I would like to have a quick look at put-call ratio. Put-call ratio is getting more bullish. It's down 19.41% and going very close to 0.70, which I think is the peak of bullishness. So that setup is also good. VIX has gone up 0.57%, not much in pre-market trades. So overall, I think it is looking good. Gold is an area where I would like to look at. It has broken out of the bullish pennant, and it's continuing to move upwards. I think in February, I would like to see gold going further up because there will be some things happening in February. I'd like to show you this chart out here. This is the 10-year US Treasury chart. And let us go into trading view. So this is the 10-year treasury, and each of these candles is a one-day candle. And if you look at this channel, it's a bullish channel and we have been bouncing in between them. And right now we are on the path to come and intersect the lower side. And I think it could go as low as 4.47. Today, it has dropped 0.93%. That is around 4 cents. So there is a good way for it to go down. Right now, we are on the 21st. Around the end of January, we may have the Fed meeting. Some information might come out. And also in February, Trump is talking about imposing tariffs. He's saying Trump thinking of imposing 25% tariffs on Canada, Mexico in February. So those things could move the market and we could start moving upward again. As in the previous Trump administration, I suspect that with the Fed becoming a little more hawkish, tariffs causing inflation, Trump would probably start openly asking Fed to reduce interest rates, which the Fed may not want to do. So we could see a lot of volatility out there. This is just a possibility. I don't know what exactly will happen. But if we were to look at the charts out here for the 10-year yield, I think we will be starting moving up again somewhere in early February. When the yields start going up, our markets will start coming down. So we have to keep that in mind. Also, we should remember that the Japanese yen unwind trade could also happen. We should keep that in the background. That said, let's go and look at Genomics. Verve is looking weak in the morning. It's down 1.95% in pre-market trades. However, it's getting the support of this diagonal line of support. We have to see whether it could continue to bounce off this support and stay above it in a superior bear channel, or whether it's going to come back into this wedge out here and follow the resistance downwards. Next, we look at Ginkgo Bioworks, which is up 1.39%, doing better. MACD still needs to mend, but momentum is seeing a lot of pickup. There seems to be a lot of interest in Ginkgo Bioworks. It's looking positive in pre-market setup. Caribou Biosciences is down 0.65%. MACD momentum both looking weak. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 1.78%, and momentum is not yet up as much as I would like. As you guys know, I want the momentum to be above average. We are not yet there, but MACD is looking good. Hopefully today's market action and overall sentiment might push CRISPR Therapeutics upwards. And remember, we are having the earnings on 18th of February. Closer to that, we may see some more action, especially because we are expecting CASGV numbers. That could be a catalyst, showing no trades in the pre-market setup, and it's not looking that great on the momentum as well as MACD charts. Prime flat in pre-market trade, it's traveling in a bear channel, and the MACD is bullish, but momentum is just about average, so it's difficult to predict which way it's going to go. Beam Therapeutics is up 2.99%. MACD momentum both are very weak, and I don't think there is any new news about Beam. The last news we had was around 3 days ago. So I don't think anything major is going to happen for Beam, except that there might be a positive market sentiment that might put a little bit of a bump out there. But the MACD and momentum do not support any sustained upturn in Beam at this point of time. Altimmune is up 0.87%. 3 continuous days of green candles and upward movement. That's a positive. MACD is on the mend, but not yet completely mended. Momentum is also picking up, but not yet above average. So it's difficult to make a verdict. But today seems to have started positive. It could either turn out to be a red candle and still close above yesterday's close, or it could turn out to be a green candle and close above yesterday's high. I don't know which way it's going to go. Bluebird Bio is up 0.60%. It seems to be consolidating in a range. MACD is trying to improve. Momentum is just above average. And I think our earnings is way far ahead into 25th of February. So I don't know why it is moving up. It must be just the overall positive market sentiment. And we have Allogene, which is up 0.55%, still above the support of the all-time low of 1.79. MACD is very weak. Momentum is also very weak. I don't think this pre-market jump will hold on. And we have mRNA, which is at 0.89% gain from the previous trading session. And on top of that, we have a gain of 3.23% in the pre-market session today. So we are trying to challenge the resistance from the previous. Let me draw that for you so that you can see. So this is the resistance that we have here. I'm going to make this line a bit thinner so you can see it more sharply. 35.38 is the resistance that we are looking at. We are at 35.16. If we manage to break through this and create this into a support, then I would say that the magnet of this gap down will be pulling us upward. But right now, momentum, MACD, both are looking weak. However, remember, there is some kind of infection brewing in China. And if it moves out of the Chinese borders, then I think we'll probably find Moderna moving up a little bit because they'll be back into the vaccine game. But right now, the momentum and MACD do not support any major move upwards. ARCG is up 1.45%. PACB is up 1.83%. And MACD momentum both are weak. It doesn't support sustained upward movements. Intelia is up 0.63%. MACD is improving, but momentum is very weak. It could be a dead cat bounce taking place right now. Illumina is up 1.40%, and a good deal of consolidation out here, but still we have a resistance at 141.43. Right now we are at 138.58 in pre-market, and momentum has got to improve. MACD is okay, but even though it is bullish, it's kind of weak right now. We have earnings coming up on 6th February 2025. Closer to the earnings, we might probably find an improvement in the momentum, and I'll hope for a better outcome because the reverse head and shoulder is pointing to a target of somewhere around 103.18. We want to get out of the pull of this reverse head and shoulder. IMTX is up 0.19% as of the last trading day, and it was also a red candle, and we have some kind of a support out here. This is the very bottom, and I'll put the support at around 5.35. We are right now at 5.35. MACD is weak, momentum is ultra low, it's absolutely oversold, so we may have a dead cat bounce which will validate this support out here. I'm going to color this support green. So if that happens, we would probably see the possibility of building a foundation here and moving upwards. But right now, I don't know. Editas has got no trades pre-market. It's flat in the pre-market trade, and the chart is looking weak right now. And we have Iowa, which was up 1% 1.35%. The chart is still looking weak. Unicure is down 0.21% in pre-market trades. MACD is trying to improve, but momentum is flat. So again, sideways movements today, I suppose. SANA is down 0.32%. And MACD is getting weaker. Momentum is still high, but it is flat. Pre-market action is not giving a definitive clue. This gap down is a magnet that is attracting it, that much I can say. One of our regulars, David Best, had requested to look at MBOT and TNXP. So I'm going to have a quick look at that, and let me just temporarily add it out here, which happens to be Microbot Medical. So let's look at Microbot Medical. It's looking quite weak on the charts out here. MACD is bearish. Momentum is just above average as of the last close. It is still above the 200-day exponential. So that would be a bit bullish. Pre-market, it's up 6.71%. But generally, pre-market is something that you can't believe on 100%. So I think looking at the technicals, I am not sure that this is going to sustain. But on the other hand, if you look at the market sentiment post-inauguration, everything is looking bullish. And also we have the 10-year yield coming down. Briefly, I'm going to go to the 10-year yield and show it to you. The 10-year yield is coming down. Pre-market, it's down 1.02%. So overall, I'd like to end with my thesis that we have this, if you look at bonds, we have this 10-year going towards the bottom of this channel, and then it's likely to bounce off from there somewhere in February. Towards the end of January, we'll have a Fed meeting and some news might come up. And in February, Trump is also talking about imposing tariffs, 25% tariffs that will give rise to inflation. And in the past, when inflation has happened, the Fed likes to clamp down with higher interest rates. And Trump would openly challenge the Fed, as he has done in his previous tenure, asking them to reduce the interest rate and saying that the Fed is spoiling the markets because he's hyper focused on the stock markets. So there is going to be that tiff happening, and that could create a scene of volatility, and we'll have the yields going up again. And then it could also prompt the bond vigilantes to come back again. And bond vigilantes can push the bond in a different direction from the interest rate that the Fed might set. So things could get really nasty out there. So we have to wait and see what happens if Trump postpones the goalpost for a tariff further to March or May or something like that when we come into February, which he could do. It could be like the infrastructure week and a lot of other promises that he has not kept. We'll see if he throws out some other shiny object that could boost the markets and take the eye away from the ball, which is tariffs. Then I think overall we'll be fine. So with the Trump administration, I would be looking at what actually happens rather than what is being said, because it's the WWE administration, as I would like to say. There'll be a lot of posturing, there'll be a lot of distractions. So we have to focus on what exactly is happening in the market in order to save our capital and probably make a little bit of money here and there. Overall, my message is that today is going to be a positive day in the market. It's going to be a bullish day in the market, and we'll take stock of everything in the evening and see what happens in the pre-market action tomorrow. We'll take it one day at a time, because that's the way we have to play. Anything can change anytime with the new administration. With that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. Thanks and have a great day.